A good friend of mine once told me that the pinnacle of your sales career is when your credibility meets the buyer's viability. The more credible you are as a sales professional and the more viable the buyer is when you have this ultimate success. And I want to focus on the credibility part because I think people misunderstand what it means to be credible. I think most people think to be a credible sales professional, I have to have all the education. I have to be the expert in my product. I have to be the expert in my product. I know everything about my product. That's not how credibility works. And I don't think credibility works by being the greatest educator. I think that you get credibility with a combination of exploration and education. And I think more heavily, it's more to the exploration part. I think the most successful people know how to ask the right questions to get our buyers to trip over the truth. Unfortunately, as most sales professionals believe, I get credibility by telling people how smart I am and showing them how smart I am. Let me show you how much I know. Well, the challenge in that is when we try to build credibility on education alone, we end up talking over our buyers and not listening to our buyers. See, the greatest skill needed in sales is the hardest to adopt and to learn. The greatest skill in sales is your ability to listen, your ability to explore. And so what happens is we have this subconscious level that we believe we already know what they're going to say. So we will ask a question, but I already know what they're going to say, and I already know the response. So I short circuit the conversation to come in with the education of how I'm going to respond. I'll relate this to my personal life. The person I least listen to in the world is my wife. And now you'd say, well, the person you should listen to the most in your world. Now, it's not me deliberately tuning her out, but I've been with her for 24 years. So I believe I already know her best. So when she starts to say something, my brain goes, oh, I already know what she's going to say. I've already heard this sentence, and I stop listening because I already know what she's going to say, which kills my ability to explore further. So when we get really curious and we want to provide credibility to our buyers, we provide credibility by zooming in and asking great, poignant, relevant questions, and then giving small samples of relevant education. We get credibility by showing them that we listen, by asking the right questions and giving them relevant education. Become credible by becoming a better listener.